Morgan, thanks for being with us. Always great to see you. I guess the first question really is the obvious two-parter, which is, what do you think happens here in the next 42 days with President Biden as the commander-in-chief? And then what do you think happens after that with Donald Trump as the commander-in-chief?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the events of the last 2 weeks have just been mind-blowing. I've spent a lot of my career in the Middle East. Yeah. I was actually living in Saudi in 2010 and 11, tried to get to Syria when the Arab Spring first started, and was unable to get there. So this has been going, I've been following this for, almost well over a decade at this point, 12 or 13 years now. So what happened in the last 2 weeks seems surprising to a lot of people. I don't think it's so surprising if you've been following events on the ground in the past few months, because what we're seeing is that Iran's empire, their sphere of influence throughout the Middle East, is crumbling. And it's not crumbling, in my opinion, due to the Biden administration, as much as Biden tried to take a victory lap on that yesterday. It's instead crumbling because Israel has exposed Iran for the weak regime, I think, that they really are. They've been great at funding terror proxies. They've been great at trying to wreak havoc throughout the Middle East. But the core of their control in both Lebanon and Gaza, even in Yemen with the Houthis, and now we're seeing in Syria with the Assad regime, that core of their empire has fallen.
Do you think that's why there's some renewed hope today that maybe Hamas might release the American hostages?
I mean, listen, I'm not saying this to be partisan. I think there's renewed hope on this because Donald Trump has threatened Hamas, not only recently with his statement last week, but also remember at the Republican convention, whenever President Biden was still the nominee at that point, at the Republican convention, in his speech that night, President Trump made it very clear that he wanted the hostages returned. Right. This is something that he placed an enormous amount of emphasis on in our first administration. At the time, he was able to get more American hostages back around the world than any president in modern history. It's really important to him that Americans come home, and he's issued this warning to Hamas. So yes, I think a week in Iran helps us get to a deal. I also think President Trump's threats also help get us to a deal.
In Syria, Morgan, there is renewed hope, possibly, of the safe return of Austin Tice. 43 years old, from Texas, a journalist who was kidnapped 12 years ago on August 13th, 2012. President Biden was asked about this yesterday. Here's what the president said. I want to get your reaction on the other side.
What does the U.S. know about where Austin Tice might be and if he's safe?
We believe he's alive. We think we can get him back, but we have no direct evidence of that yet.
We believe he is alive. We think we can get him back, but we have no direct evidence of that yet. Morgan, tapping into your knowledge of the region and your State Department experience, what do you hear there when you hear the commander-in-chief say that?
Well, I issued a lot of statements on Austin Tice. We were constantly speaking to his family. I was surprised a little that he said that he made the statement, not because I have inside knowledge about Austin Tice's whereabouts, but just because the families of these hostages hold on to all sense of hope, everything that they can get. And so, we're always, as government officials, careful about what we say because you don't want to overpromise and then, have the family be crushed. Right. But I hope President Biden is right, and I hope that we can do something about it. I think a bipartisan consensus to want to get him home.
Morgan Ortagus, former State Department spokesperson. Thanks for being back with us here on The Hill. Talk again soon, Morgan. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.